Have you ever looked into your cat's eyes and wondered, are you judging me? Well, the truth is, maybe they are. While we love our cats deeply and go to great lengths to pamper them, sometimes our affection doesn't land quite the way we think it does. Cats are mysterious creatures, full of subtle body language, emotional cues, and personal preferences. And believe it or not, some of the things we do out of love, like hugging them tightly or constantly picking them up, might actually drive them crazy, quietly, secretly, silently judging us from across the room. In this video, we're going to uncover the 7 most common things you probably do that your cat secretly dislikes, and what they wish you'd stop doing immediately. Stick around till the end, because number 7 is something almost every cat owner is guilty of, and it may just change the way you interact with your feline friend forever. 1. Too much petting. Too often, you've had a long day. You finally sink into the couch, and there they are, your beautiful, fluffy companion. You reach over to scratch their ears, stroke their back, maybe even rub their belly. But before you know it, your cat's tail is twitching, their ears are flattening, and they're jumping off the couch like you've just offended them personally. What happened? Cats love affection, but only on their terms. Too much petting can overstimulate them, even if they enjoyed the first few strokes. Unlike dogs, cats are solitary hunters by nature, and while they do form bonds with humans, their tolerance for touch can be quite limited. Some areas, like the base of the tail or the tummy, are especially sensitive. And while one cat might melt into a puddle of purrs from a chin scratch, another might feel cornered and annoyed. So if your cat suddenly bolts after a cuddle session, it's not a rejection, it's a boundary. And respecting that boundary will make your cat feel more understood, more in control, and ironically, more likely to come back to you for affection. 2. Picking them up without permission. Let's be honest, cats are cute. So cute that it's hard not to scoop them up and smother them with love the second they walk into the room. But from your cat's perspective, that moment of surprise when 2 hands grab them off the floor might feel less like a loving gesture and more like a lion attack. Cats like to feel secure. They need to have control over their surroundings, and being lifted into the air by a creature 10 times their size can be disorienting, even frightening. Some cats tolerate it better than others, especially if you've handled them gently from a young age, but many simply do not enjoy being picked up. If your cat squirms or stiffens in your arms, or looks for an escape route every time you reach for them, take the hint. Let them come to you. Sit quietly, let them climb into your lap, and you'll be surprised how often they actually choose to be close when it's entirely on their terms. 3. Loud noises and sudden movements. Imagine this: you're in a peaceful, quiet room. You're relaxing, maybe even taking a nap. Then suddenly, bang! A door slams, the vacuum cleaner roars to life, or someone starts shouting from the other room. For a cat, this is not just mildly annoying, it's terrifying. Cats have incredibly sensitive hearing, far sharper than ours. Sounds that might barely bother you can feel thunderous and overwhelming to them. Loud environments don't just irritate your cat, they actually create stress. Chronic exposure to sudden, loud noises can elevate their cortisol levels and lead to long-term anxiety. You might notice signs like hiding under the bed more often, ears pinned back, or tail flicking at rapid speeds. Even things like sudden hand gestures or jumping up too quickly from the couch can set off alarm bells in their little feline brains. To keep your cat comfortable, try to create a calm space for them. If you're hosting guests or cleaning the house, give your cat access to a quiet room where they can retreat. Use soft tones when calling them and avoid fast, jerky movements. It doesn't mean you have to tiptoe around your own home, but learning to dial it down just a bit, especially when they're nearby, can make a huge difference in how safe and relaxed they feel in your presence. 4. Ignoring their body language. Your cat may not speak your language, but they've been speaking theirs from the day they arrived. And chances are, you've been missing some of the most important messages. A twitching tail doesn't always mean happiness. Flattened ears, not curiosity but discomfort. Slow blinks, averted gazes, or even just the angle of their whiskers. Your cat's entire body is a walking mood ring, but so often, we overlook the signs. You might think your cat's tolerating the petting, or that they're just being dramatic. But if they start shifting their weight, flicking their tail, or their body goes stiff, those are all cues. They're trying to say, hey, I need a break. Ignoring these signals doesn't just annoy them, it breaks trust. Your cat wants to feel safe around you. They need to know that when they communicate, you're listening. Start observing. Look closely at how their posture changes in different situations. The more you notice and respect those subtle cues, the more connected you'll feel, and the best part, they'll notice that you're noticing. That silent bond grows stronger when you speak their language, even if it's without a single word. 5. Inconsistent routine. Cats are creatures of habit. They find peace and confidence in predictability, so when their daily routine gets thrown out of balance, like when meals are served at random times, or playtime disappears for days, they don't just feel confused, they feel unsettled. To a cat, routine isn't just preference, it's security. Imagine if your own meals came at unpredictable hours, your bedroom lights turned on and off randomly, and your environment felt different every day. That's how your cat experiences inconsistency. Their internal clock is finely tuned, and when it's disrupted, they may act out with restlessness, meowing excessively, or even bathroom accidents outside the litter box. It's not them being difficult, it's them feeling unsure about their world. By keeping things consistent, feeding at the same time, sticking to daily play, and not rearranging their favorite resting spots, you give them a life that feels stable. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even small patterns they can count on make a big difference in how they feel. That little sense of control is what helps them trust that everything's okay. 6. Overstimulating play. We all want to bond with our cats. Sometimes that means rolling around a toy mouse, dancing feathers in front of them, or tossing a crinkle ball their way. But here's the twist. Too much play, or the wrong kind of play, can actually make them uncomfortable, and what starts as fun can quickly turn into stress. Cats love the chase, not the chaos. Games that involve constant hand chasing, wrestling, or fast jabbing at their belly can trigger defensive behavior. They might get overly excited, bite too hard, or retreat completely. When that happens, it's not them being moody. It's their way of saying, this went too far. And if it keeps happening, they might avoid playing with you altogether. To create play they actually enjoy, follow their pace. Watch how they pounce when they pause, and how they like to finish the game. Cats prefer play that mimics hunting, stalking, chasing, and capturing, and each session with a small reward like a treat or cuddle. When they feel like they won, it satisfies their instincts and deepens your bond. Play should never feel like a battle. It should feel like a dance, where you're tuned in together. 7. Not giving them personal space. As much as we adore our cats and want to snuggle them all day long, there's one truth we often forget. Cats need space. Unlike dogs who might follow you to the ends of the earth for a belly rub, cats have a delicate balance between affection and independence. And sometimes, even the most loving pet parent accidentally crosses that invisible line. Picture this: your cat is peacefully resting in a sunbeam, eyes half closed, tail gently twitching. You walk by and can't resist the urge to scoop them up and give them a cuddle. They stiffen, their ears tilt back, they leap out of your arms the moment they can. You feel rejected, but to them, it felt like a boundary was broken. Cats value choice. They want affection, but on their terms. When we approach them when they're not in the mood, or interrupt their quiet time, it feels like we're ignoring their signals. And the more it happens, the more likely they are to retreat, to hide, or to feel stressed around us. But here's the beautiful part. When you respect their space, when you let them come to you, it means so much more. That gentle head bump, that soft curl next to your leg, the slow blink they give you across the room, those are their love letters. They're not asking for your love every moment. They're offering theirs in the moments that matter most. So next time you see them resting, let them be. Sit nearby, be present, and give them the freedom to choose. And when they climb into your lap or press their head into your hand, you'll know it's real, not demanded, not forced, just pure, voluntary love.